Hi, I'm Chuck Dorsett for Weaver Leather Supply, and this is the Leather Element. If you've got a good question for us or a good idea for a Leather Element, drop it in the comment box below. Also, if you want to know when our videos release, just click your notifications. You'll know exactly when these come out. So Shop Tricks 8, let's see if there's something in here that's going to help us out in our shop. Because the biggest point to this, if we have fun in our shop, our projects are definitely going to reflect that. So let's step over here, see what we've got. You're probably familiar with the fact that I like the spots. I use them on most every project, but they're inexpensive, easy to add, and they look good. One of my favorite parts of working with the spots is trying to come up with a cool design or unique design. Now I can always lay my spots on the belt or the project. Well, I can't really get a good feel for what that's going to look like. So let's do this. Let's take some of our spots, 6 or 8, now keep these in a little baggie. But let's trim the tines off of these, and we could do that with a simple or small pair of wire cutters. Now I would say let's sand that a little bit, just so we don't mark or mar up our pattern or our project while we're working with it. But when I drop these down, that's exactly what they're going to look like when I set them. So a super easy way to get a feel for a design. Now here's a side note. When you get a good design, take a picture of it with your phone, because I am notorious about liking a design, then I change it up a little bit, work a little further. Now I can't remember what that original design was. Well, if we take a picture of it, now we know. But also, let's take 2, 3, maybe 4 pictures of different configurations. So down the road, we're looking for a cool, unique design for a belt. We've already done the experimenting. The quantity of rags in my shop is never an issue. I've got a big rag bag. The quality of the rags in my shop, that's always a problem. We can buy bundles of rags at any hardware store. In fact, this is samples from 2 different bundles. Well, the thin cotton, that's not bad, but I have to wrap it around so many times just to be able to, say, get some top coat. Or to buff with that, I tend to burn up one of the bundles pretty quick. This fabric is so rough, I really don't want to try to apply anything or even buff with this. Bigger problem, no cotton content. So not only does that not absorb water, it actually resists it. That's frustrating. Easy fix. This is fleece. Hoodies, sweatpants, sweatshirts, and we can find this at just about any larger hobby store or fabric store. Now, cost. I've got about 30 square feet here. That's 2 linear feet. I look for what's on sale. 30 square feet cost me, I think, about $9. The biggest part here, I love this. Best material going. First off, if we're going to apply a top coat, that will really absorb the top coat. I can do almost 2 square feet without dipping a second time. Perfect for applying antique, but also buffing our top coats, nothing better. So really, all told, we're just wasting money. Right here, we're actually saving money by buying the material for our rags. I've got the smallest of our round end and English point punches, but I don't often use these. I very rarely make a 3/8 inch or 1/2 inch wide strap. That's a very small strap, but there is something we can do with these that's very cool. Let's create a scalloped edge, and this will work in so many places, and it's so easy to do. So let's take our design, whatever shape we're going to work with. Let's drop in our secondary leather behind that. I'm just going to glue that on. Now, we're going to use a 3/8 of an inch round end. So therefore, I need about 1/2 inch all the way around. But it's as easy as this. Let's use our main design here as our border or our guideline. Let's stamp all the way around. How cool is that, and how easy is that? What a nice addition to our projects. For those of us with a little more experience, there are all kinds of tricks and tips that we use that we never really think about. They're basically second nature. But any one of these tricks or tips could be an enormous help to the folks that are new. This is one of the first things I learned in leathercraft, and I think about this every time I cut into a hide. Length is absolutely our friend. Belt and strap. It's such a part of our craft and our projects that I always want to leave some length here. Now, here's another point. So say a double shoulder. I've got, about 55 inches here. Well, that's absolutely going to make a belt. Well, if I cut this in half, basically I have two single shoulders. Well, the two single shoulders are going to be less expensive than the double shoulder because we are, in part, paying a little bit for our length. So let's keep some length on the hide we're working with, and we'll never be caught short. When we're beveling or edging our leather, from time to time we can hit a soft spot. And if you've ever done this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, with a higher quality tannage, much less common, but even with a good tannage, as we move from our spine to our belly, we can start to see some soft leather. Well, we pay for this leather, let's use it. Now, with an edger, we typically will push. Now, when we hit a soft spot, what's going to happen is it's going to ripple, or it may even tear a little bit. Here's a quick, easy fix that has always helped me. So, standard way to use an edger. Let's just run that down our edge. Good. Now, even right there, and it's weaver leather, so I'm struggling to find a soft piece. But right there, I can see where that's rippled just a little bit. Let's do this. Let's take our edger, flip this around. Now, you may want to edge like this all the time because it's very sturdy and easy to do. So I'm going to reverse my edger. Let's put that right in our hand, and I'm going to rest my hand right on my table. Let's come back in from the other direction. There we go. So that's actually going to reverse that ripple, and we don't really have a bad edge there. That's going to make a nice, slick, rounded edge. Well, I hope there's a trick or two in here that's going to help you out because, again, let's enjoy that time in our shop. I hope this is good information for you. Good luck with your projects.